Thanks, Karine. How did the president go from blaming high gas prices on Putin to big oil to small business owners now?
Well, here's the thing about that, Peter, is when you look at, as of this morning, when you look at the crude oil, and when you look at wholesale oil prices as well, they've declined about 15%. And so retail gas prices, however, have only declined just about 3% over the same time period as we have seen with crude oil prices and the wholesale gas prices. And meanwhile, those same retailers are profiting, their profit have gone up about 40 cents, nearly 40 cents in that same period of time. So what the president is saying is that everyone along that chain, along that production chain line, needs to make sure that they're doing what is possible, their part in bringing down the cost for the American people. That is what we're asking. Consumers should not be the first to pay and the last to benefit.
Jeff Bezos says the president's tweet about this is either straight ahead misdirection or a deep misunderstanding of basic market dynamics. Which is it?
As you know, we completely disagree with Jeff Bezos. Look, we will continue to call on everyone along that distribution chain, as I just mentioned, from oil companies to refineries to distributors to retailers to pass their lower cost through to consumers. That is what is important to make sure that we should not make, again, consumers pay first and get that relief last.
Okay, and then on a different topic, why is there a voicemail of the president talking to his son about his overseas business dealings if the president has said he's never spoken to his son about his overseas business dealings?
Well, first I'll say that what the president said stands. So if that's what the president said, that is what stands. And
He's leaving a voicemail about a New York Times article concerning Hunter Biden's business dealings, and Peter, he says, "I think you're clear." How is that not him talking to his son about his overseas business dealings?
We're not, from this podium, I am not going to talk about alleged materials from the laptop.
So are you disputing that it's the president's voice on the voicemail?
I am not going to talk about alleged materials on the laptop.
Are
it's
you
not
disputing
happening.
Then that it is not?
Peter, I refer you to his son's representative.
Okay.
Good.
Thanks, Karine. The president said the other day that he would meet with governors and then consider some more potential executive actions in response to Roe. So now that that meeting has happened, is there anything on the table that you are considering in terms of executive actions?
So, as we have said, all options are on the table. The president is going to do everything that he can from his legal authority to make sure that we're protecting women's freedoms and women's rights. So that still stands. That still is something that we are going to do. I don't have an executive order, executive action to speak to at this time. As you know, when the decision came down almost 2 weeks ago, the president took quick action and he announced some executive authorities that we believe protect women, ensure that they can get access, health care access, as quickly as possible. As far as executive actions, I don't have anything for you for you.
Really quickly, is there an update on when the president will make a decision on Chinese tariffs, and will he be speaking to President Xi before he makes that decision?
So I don't have a timeline for you on that. The president's team is continuing to look at our options on how to move forward. As you know, the president and President Xi had a conversation back in March, and we continue to leave all communications lines open from the president on down.